welcome out to the Death Battle Cast, the podcast that tries to stay on topic sometimes.
So then I spilled my drink like right as the intro was opening.
I was confused. I couldn't find my coaster. Ben,
It's bright and purple.
We should do like
It is the brightest one out of all
we
of
should
us.
do this whole
Arguably.
podcast in like a versus screen. It's Death Battle. That would be awesome.
Well, the entire time,
Like the whole
there's
like
just this bar
like
in the middle of the
fucking
screen.
bar, and we're like throwing like powers at each other for the stupid shit that we say.
Yeah, broadcast.
pretty
You guys
cool.
can do that, right?
Yeah,
You
that's
guys throw
That'll be,
fireballs at each other.
yeah.
Really easy in post, right?
Yeah, no problem. All right.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Ben. I play Wiz on Death Battle.
I'm Sam. I write some of them.
I'm Tori, and I'm dressed in black.
I'm Chad. I play Boomstick.
Hey.
Torian, what do you do though? This is
Oh,
important.
I animate.
You animate.
They know this.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing this mocap suit, but I don't have the dots.
You have some.
You
I
got
have
like
some-
one or
Couple
two.
dots, yeah.
I
There
got
they
some on
are.
my head. I only track
Yeah.
my head. I have to put on the whole suit to track
That's
my
all
head.
you need. You're good enough that you don't
Ow!
need them, right?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Why-
And how do you know where it goes?
Because I've done this like 500 fucking times.
All right.
Including
Okay.
for
Oh, wait, that's
Ryu
like the-
versus Jin, right?
Yeah.
Right? The
Is this
episode's
minute?
coming up. You want to talk a little bit about that?
I mean, you know where those go. I still don't know where periods and commas go. Like, no clue.
What?
No idea.
Says our writer.
I just
really
throw
true.
them in
No,
there. I pepper words with punctuation,
It's
just like
a
I'm
bunch
cooking.
of run-ons.
Because he used to not, and then now he's like, shit, I just better throw him somewhere.
Yeah,
and
there
like
you
he'll just throw it
Now
in.
we can track my nipples.
And his,
All right.
his argument is, I write the
Good.
way people talk.
Really quick before
This is how they really look.
Before we get to Ryu versus Jin, I do want to thank Hims for sponsoring this episode of Death Battle Cast. Stay tuned. We'll give you a little bit of info about something you can get with them later on in the show. And also, we have a community death battle coming up later on between Might Guy from Naruto versus All Might from My Hero Academia.
Yep.
And we have a poll going on. Since we're doing it live, we weren't able to do it live last week, but we're live today.
We're back.
So if you're watching this live as a first member on Friday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, you can vote for who you think should win this matchup. There's a link in the chat. You should be able to find that and vote in there right now and throughout the rest of the show. And we will find out who wins at the end of the show.
Go get that free trial.
Yeah.
You want to
He's got
watch
that-
Death Battle on
That
Monday?
guy might.
Yeah.
What?
said-
Just name's funny. I was
Okay,
like,
hey, let's talk about Ryu Jin.
I was just about to say that. You want to watch that? You want to watch that on Monday? Go get that free trial.
That's right.
There you
that's
go.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So,
Ryu versus Jin drops for first members this upcoming Monday.
Monday.
Yep. And
Yeah,
remember, this
hard
is
weekend.
the one that I was trying to tell everyone about that, like, it was using, like, the beginning of our new team. And, that's when then Torian was like, no, it's all me. And he threw them all under the bus. And he was real mean about it.
What? It was.
So hey, Torian, let's have a redo here. You want to talk? We're gonna show off a little preview
Okay, great.
of Ryu versus Jin in just a bit. But before then, you want to talk a little bit about the process of like building a team up for
Sure,
this
you know what?
animation?
Absolutely. I will definitely talk about that. So
yeah,
pretty
that's what we
much
do.
what we did is that we just let me do my thing because it's all me.
God damn it!
It's all me. You all know this.
Jesus.
It's not all me. We had a lot of help on
I
this
just
one.
want to thank David and Christina and all the members in the Rooster Teeth animation department for helping us with this animation because it looks beautiful.
And our intern, Alex.
Yeah, and our intern Alex.
He's right there.
You
Don't forget
can
him.
you can totally see Torian in the mocap though. Like he does. Like Noel pointed this out the other day. He does some like Torian shit, especially when they pose and talk, and it's just like, nah, that's just Torian walking at you right now. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my other
And then
friends.
you do the hand thing where you come up and you're like, huh, at one point I'm like, yeah, it's fucking. Torian.
One
There
of
is
my-
actually a moment in this preview that like of one of the characters doing a movement that is
Yeah.
very clearly Torian.
Yeah.
I want to see if you guys can pick it out because I am looking at the chat. So if anybody can tell me which point I'm talking about, great.
Real quick before we move on, like I said, we did use with this fight we used a lot of resources. One, we had like people, the new people on our own internal team, and then also this was the first death battle that we really worked with the animation proper pipeline. We worked using like the Ruby 5
Yes.
pipeline.
We
to do
worked
some
with a lighting and rigging artist. His last name is Tello.
Tello, yep.
And then we worked with a few of the 3D art team who like checked models and stuff like that. And then we worked with.
I feel so bad for the 3D art team because we were like, here are these models, and they're like, they're all broken and garbage.
all
And we're like,
shit.
if you could
What are you
fix
doing?
them, that would be wonderful.
That'd be great. Worked with the rigging team, which was great. About 80% of the animation is still me. However, without Dave and Christina, like that other 20% is very crucial to just rounding out and just getting a complete package. So they are very like important to the thing. And like I had already started it as we were hiring them. So
Yep. And they'll have even more of a role.
yes.
Forward in our
And the next one, what I was wearing this suit for. Not this one, because you're clearly watching it. It's already fucking done.
Well, all right. I think now's a good time to check out the preview we have.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and bring that up.
There's no way I can lose. Talk is cheap. The answer lies in the heart of battle.
Frightening to everybody fighting. I make a world crisis. Never I get excited. I can knock you through stages and levels.
Yay!
Yay.
And
Tell us about the music
yeah, we got some special music for this one. So Werewolf Theirwolf has done a couple songs for Death
Yes.
Battle over the past year, and they did the music for this one as well, along with Omega Sparks,
Yeah.
battle rapper, who did some music for Killer Instinct, among many other things.
Probably the most popular thing that everybody knows that the TJ Combo song.
Yes.
From Killer Instinct.
How long, Torian, have you and Omega Sparks been talking?
Oh my God! Since like Carolina versus Meta,
Yeah,
because
like
that's when I first like wanted him to do
Really?
music for us.
Yeah. Oh, no, forever.
He was gonna do a track for that, but
Yeah.
it's a RVB thing, so we
Yeah.
just thought it would just be better to go with the composers of RVB.
yeah.
But that's when I've been trying to get him on something ever since.
Yeah.
So.
And so for this one, Torian was talking to him and he wanted to do lyrics for the Ryu versus Jin fight, and they came out fucking awesome.
And I like what
Yeah.
really
Aaron and them did with the Virgil track.
Yeah.
So I was like, there got to be a way to mix those two, and it came out like better than I thought it was gonna. Like
It's
I
really
could have
fucking
ever
great.
imagined. Like it's pretty good.
Especially how it keeps up with all the beats of the fight. Like, super good.
Yeah.
Well, it's great
Spicy
too.
meatball.
Whenever you go watch like an initial pass from
Yeah.
Torian, like of just like what he's currently working on, the music is just like amped
Yeah.
the fuck up. So like, put it on and like I couldn't even hear like the impact sounds, like barely. They were there a little bit, but it's just like Torian always has that music just blasted when he's animating.
I approach Death Battle fights as like a cross between like a music video and a fighting game cutscene. To where it's like its main purpose, and this just ties into the show, is entertainment. And entertainment, you like good music, you like good visuals, and you like two people trying to kill each other. So, that's pretty much it.
Pretty simple. Yeah.
Now
Wow.
you can be an animator. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
Hey.
all you need,
Wow.
apparently.
Good music and two people trying to kill each other?
Yeah, I mean that.
And a suit with tracked nipples.
Ah, yes.
Yes, because
You,
how
see
else?
you didn't see Jen's nipples move?
I mean, I saw him.
That's.
Oh.
You want me?
That was the movement.
But
we were
I
talking
See if you can find the frame where they're like,
Those like, what is it? Those DOA physics?
Yes.
It's just like,
the boob physics.
Yep.
But I mean, Ryu had some bulging going on in his model, so he might
He
have
is
something
fucking-
going on there.
I am gonna be honest. I hate that fucking model. Because like
What game is that from? That's from
Street
5,
Fighter
right?
5, right?
Yeah.
But ever since like Street Fighter 4, they've had this very specific cartoony style for their characters, and it's great. But like up against something that's kind of like hyper realistic, like Jin, he just looks like a fucking dwarf with big feet and these fucking extra cut, contoured
He's like,
muscles.
They're putting like eyeshadow.
Yeah, like, and
muscles
it just
shit,
started
like,
to look
it's too
so like. But the more I worked with it, I was like, it's fine.
I
But
remember
like,
Dave was doing some like animation tests for us, and when he
Mm-hmm.
first brought that model in, like the shadows were so prominent.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you could see everything. It was like looking into the depth of night.
yeah,
Like,
it's pretty good. But the lighting on that definitely helps kind of balance everything out. And we have awesome RT staff, Mr. Tello, to thank for that.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's a challenge with every death battle,
Sure.
regardless of whether or not
Working with us?
it's a 3D.
Yes. No, that is a challenge.
I mean, that is part of the challenge, but
That was probably
specifically
so-
what I'm talking about is with every fight, regardless of whether or not it's 3D or 2D, is putting the two characters into a fight and making it look good. Like sometimes
Sure.
if two character models or sprites or whatnot look too different from each other or move differently, it can look really awkward seeing them fighting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a good. There's a matchup that has been requested multiple times that I feel like would be weird to watch just based off of its current assets, and that would be John Talbane versus Saberwolf.
Yeah.
John Talbane is a character from Darkstalkers, is a werewolf, and he's got
very, like, anime
detailed
style, like-
sprites. And I know if we brought him in, people would be disappointed if we didn't use the highest quality sprites we
Sure.
could for him. But then Saberwolf doesn't have sprites like that.
It's like these 3D sprites that are there's
like the
3D
Mortal
models
Kombat stuff.
rendered out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it was to be a
yeah.
2D fight, it would have to use sprites from the old Killer Instinct games. So
Yeah.
very old, like almost 16-bit sort of like
Yeah,
old
yeah.
school Mortal Kombat look. And those two kind of sprites together would not necessarily mesh.
Mortal Kombat.
So
sprites are
we'd
like
have to
my
do something
favorite
different.
sprites ever. I love that.
I love them, but when you
love
put
them.
them up against something
I
that's
know,
really
but-
highly
okay,
artistically
yes,
drawn thing,
yes.
doesn't look great.
The weird CG clay sprites from like Nintendo games and stuff like that, yes. However, in like Thor versus Raiden, I didn't mind that at all. Because it's just goofy.
Well,
Like,
Raiden,
it-
yeah, I mean, well, that
it was
fight was just really goofy. But like Raiden is a
Just
bit
running?
easier
Yeah, when
because
he
he's a lot of.
Instantly runs.
Well, Raiden was a little easier because he's a lot of solid colors.
Sure.
Like he's just one. He just wears a white shirt basically.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then a hat. But you put in somebody like Saberwolf, who's got a lot of like fur detail and stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's going to start looking a little iffy next to something highly detailed. That's actually the reason why, if you look, speaking of Ryu, if you go way back to Ryu versus Scorpion. Which is a really old death battle of ours. We didn't use the Mortal Kombat sprites for Scorpion.
was
We
disappointed
used
about that.
some hand-drawn sprites for that, so it would look better next to the Ryu ones.
It does look better, but when you put the Mortal Kombat sprites in anything, it's just goofy and I love it.
I mean, we tried. Like, I was
It looks
disappointed
so
too.
weird. Like I remember even when those games were new, I was like, oh, some strange looking shit right there. Like,
pictures of them.
those are odd, yeah.
So good.
Because they just look like fucking dudes that don't know what they're doing. Like, yeah, the old ones are rough.
Yeah, but we try to use them whenever we can. We kind of got away with it with the Cammy versus Sonya animation. I think it kind of worked okay. I
think that was fine.
Mostly
That was
due to how good of an animator Luis is.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot about that fight.
Yeah.
With the grenade throw and stuff. Like, there's a bunch of fun shit in that fight. That fight was a lot of fun.
Yeah, if we had done that like earlier, like when I was animating, it would have looked terrible putting those sprites next to each other.
Probably. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not gonna say that I'm good at this shit now. But yeah, so Rhea versus Jin comes out this upcoming Monday, unless you're watching this on Monday, July 2nd.
That first.
For first members, and then on July 4th, the Independence Day holiday on
you
YouTube.
relaxing. You ain't gotta go to work. Well,
Yeah, and you can celebrate
You all don't have to-
America's independence by watching two Japanese guys beat each other up.
All
like the
right.
American way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you were right, Ben. You know, looking good can be important and can be a big thing about confidence. So I'm going to talk to you guys about a thing that could help you with that.
Segue.
Nice.
So here's the deal. When it comes to taking care of your body, it can be easy to ignore things as opposed to going to the doctor. Like maybe you're too embarrassed or you think that there's no solution to your problem. Well, today I want to tell you about Hims, and they're a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men. Specifically today, I'm going to talk about hair loss. I don't know if you know, but 66% of men start losing their hair by age 35. There's a gnat that's trying to fly into my mouth right now, and it's really weird.
I'm rooting for it.
So Hims wants to help. They offer medical-grade solutions with real doctors, and they offer well-known generic equivalents to name-brand prescriptions to help you keep your hair. There's no waiting room, so you save time and talk to a real doctor from the comfort of your own home. You will be connected with a certified doctor online after a few quick questions and reviewed by the doctor, and if it works for you, they can prescribe you, and it can be delivered directly to your door. So we've talked about Hims a couple of times. I had a chance to get on a call with one of the founders. And honestly, like, a lot of their motivation for starting this company was really that, like, looking at market research and finding out, like, how many people have problems that could be treatable but don't get them treated because they are too either embarrassed or worried or just don't know that there's a solution to that. And so, you know, if this is something that you're experiencing, then I absolutely encourage you to at least check out Hims and see if it's for you. And as a Death Battle Cast viewer, you guys can get a trial month of everything you need to keep your hair for just $5 right now while supplies last. See the website for full details. Just head to forhims.com/cast. That's forhims.com/cast. forhims.com/cast. Thanks, Hims.
All right. Well,
That
now.
gnat, man, it was really trying.
I was really rooting for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't around me at all.
I saw you catch it or
Yeah.
something, or
And I was
attempt
like,
to catch
damn
I
it.
tried, and then it went away.
Well, it'll come back. We'll continue this little death battle.
Just
at
like
some
your hair
point.
could.
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Hey, well played.
All right. And now, right now, it's time to find out what's going on. Okay, I'm curious to see what you guys think about this, and you guys. Let me know in
Well,
the
if you
chat.
look
what
at the
think of
lower
this.
third, I'll start by saying no.
Also,
Very true.
I like Sam's shirt.
Thank you.
Dude, see if
Like-
Thieves
What do you think of Sam's shirt?
Like
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Like little tentacles.
Well, Sea of Thieves has ruined me. So first I saw his shirt and I was like, oh look, he's getting crackened.
Yeah.
Well, they are coming from the top,
hey,
though.
Yeah.
So
so-
it's
Man,
like
I wish I was
head.
good at puns.
yeah. I don't.
Enjoy your one.
I saw it on the internet and I was like, yeah, fuck it. Like,
Ah,
I'll buy it.
Tentacle shirt.
so cool.
Yeah.
That's probably the most appropriate tentacle shirt out of all of them.
Oh, yeah. As far as shirts, yeah, I see what you're getting at, and I would not buy one of those tentacle shirts.
Okay.
Wait,
I don't think those would be work appropriate. I couldn't wear them. This one though,
Probably
just
not.
normal. Although maybe it would attract a certain type of person, which
Hey.
whatever I guess.
we can use them. These shirts.
And you wear it to one of those,
I thought you meant those people.
kind of out of the way anime conventions. I'm sure you'll find some people.
I think you can wear it.
I'm gonna
Actually, any anime
Stay at
convention,
home.
probably.
That's what I'm gonna
Who's
do.
Netflix killer?
All right. So
It's hentai. Surprise!
Oh, I take it back. Yes, they might be able to be.
the
Netflix
Netflix is coming out just for hentai. What do you think?
The Netflix
Well,
killer. That's a
No, what is actually coming out is DC. They kind of announced this a ways back, but they just made the official announcement of what this is, and it's called DC Universe.
Okay.
And it's basically
The game.
Yeah,
the
DC,
comic series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
How many things are we gonna have called DC Universe? It's not gonna get confusing at all.
Six Flags.
Do they call it cinematic universe? No, they call it the. No, they do. Expanded universe.
Expanded.
Hold
It's the
up.
expanded universe.
I'm gonna
thought
ask a
Star
dumb
Wars was
question.
Hispanic universe.
What does the D stand for? Because it's something
Detective.
comics, right? Detective Comics.
Detective Comics.
Cool. Dope.
Wait, what? Really?
DC Comics stands for Detective Comics Comics.
Because yeah, that's where
But only
Batman
one of them
starts
are-
and everything. Yeah, God,
Only one
makes
of them are a
sense.
detective. Is a detective?
You don't
it
worry
started.
about it.
Well, that way.
Okay.
DC Comics started before the superhero craze. Like they kind of started it, and then
nice.
Marvel jumped on board.
Hey.
But DC sounds way cooler than Detective Comics.
Yes.
So there you have it.
Yeah, well, it was
They
Detective Comics,
adapted.
and then they made Action, whatever, and that's
Action
where Superman
Comics,
comes
that's
from,
Superman,
right?
yeah. They had a bunch of lines like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're releasing in fall a service that is basically Netflix, but for all of their services. So movies, TV shows, comics, everything.
Oh shit! I
It's
didn't
a
know comics were
subscription
involved too.
to everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's because like if it was just a subscription service for their movies or their TV shows, I'd be kind of scoffing like nobody is gonna really shell up more money for another subscription service. But if it's everything DC, that actually starts to make sense to me.
Oh yeah,
Like
absolutely.
it's like
Well,
a comic subscription or whatever.
every-
except you get everything.
Every one of us will have a subscription if it has all the comics there.
That's what I was about to ask. I wonder
Because
like, how
just from
extensive
a
they're going.
job point of view, I need that shit.
That seems
Like,
Oh
like a
god,
lot.
sometimes it's such a pain in the ass. Like, because
Oh.
we'll do research for a character, and then you come across this panel, and it's just the one panel. It's not even the page, and you see this, and you're like, that looks like something that could be very important and insane. But obviously, we then have to find
You have to
what
have
else is
context
going on.
for
Like
it,
maybe the
yeah.
person got imbued with like godly powers right before they did this thing, right? And sometimes it is just a bitch to try and track down a comic. Like even like one, finding it digitally online, or even trying to like find it in a store. Like we've had times where we've had to call around and like hopefully find one, or sometimes we hit up eBay, or like it can really
yeah,
suck.
like
So-
to do the Spider-Man PSA desk of, we found some of that stuff because it was just like, I in general knew there were funny PSAs for comics out there, and it was like, oh, let's just do a Google search. Wow, there's a lot of Spider-Man ones. We should get those. Wow, they're impossible to find online. Anywhere you can find them. They're shitty low quality scans that we cannot use in our content. So it's like we had to physically go buy them, which is pretty common. But finding 20-year-old PSA comics locally is a pain in the ass. And, like,
Sounds like it.
and we do it all the time. Like, I got some old ass fucking Pokemon manga on my desk that we had to eBay. Like, we just got, it's common. So having an asset like that would be fucking dope.
Yeah. Marvel and DC, I believe, both have services where you do subscribe.
Marvel's
for just
kind
comics.
of garbage.
Yeah, because they don't have everything.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if DC Universe is literally going to have everything, especially at first, because they probably have a lot of deals with Netflix and other, services where their movies and shows have to be. But they have announced a whole string of shows and stuff that are going to be there when it comes out. It seems pretty good so far. A lot of new stuff too, which is just going to be exclusive to it, like Netflix originals, but for DC, which is interesting. And the reason why Netflix Killer is down there is because I'm curious if cutting out the middleman, Netflix like this, could become a thing. If you guys think that's a possibility.
Oh yeah, I can see what you mean.
Like other services to do it, like take off.
Yeah,
Disney.
I don't think there's a lot of. Well, I think if you're a company like Disney can do that.
Yes.
Yep.
No doubt.
They've talked about doing it, and then they got Hulu, so who knows what's going on with that.
Like Disney can, and that's big. Like they could definitely do it. DC could do it because they have so many different properties, but I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot of people that could actually get away with it.
Well, here's what's interesting is like a lot of times like shows or movies or whatever, they're a marketing tool to sell other things, comics, toys, whatever. And Netflix has a subscriber base of like 111 million or some shit. It's fucking astronomical. Yeah. I think like number 2, it's not it might be HBO. It might be somebody like that. I think they're at like
I think Hulu's
18.
number 2.
Like like Hulu or
I feel like HBO now is like 3 or something like that. It's pretty high.
Anyway, it's crazy. But like the difference from 111 million to that, like that's fucking crazy. So like despite doing this stuff on your own, like you still like have to recognize that is a valuable tool to get your product seen by a lot of people. So like I'd be surprised to see them completely cutting out Netflix, more maybe doing like a timed window. Like if you want to see the new movie first, you go watch it on our service and eventually then it'll make it to Netflix.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
I don't think DC is like big enough to like for this to like pay off for them.
Oh, so well here's something that's really interesting, and like Ben kind of opened my eyes to this because like I was always more of a Marvel fan than a DC fan. And then when we were doing Goku vs. Superman, Ben was telling me about some of the DC animated movies, and he was just like,
Really good.
yeah, like there's a bunch that are really good. Like, say what you will about their like actual like cinematic universe,
like
but
Ninja
like
Batman came out not that long ago, and that's supposed to be. I still haven't seen it, but that's supposed to be like hella good.
yeah.
Real quick, I noticed T. Douglas in the chat says that it might be worth considering, but any companies would still have to buy most of their content that Netflix has rights to back. And just to be clear, that's not how Netflix works. They pay licenses for basically renting that content. That's why content on Netflix kind of like comes and goes, is because those licenses disappear, they end. So
I wonder if he's
DC would just have to wait until they're done.
I wonder if he's talking about the Netflix originals, because they might have
The Netflix original, well, that's a whole different story altogether.
Yeah.
Because the Netflix originals, they're owned by Netflix, but specifically other companies like Marvel or DC, if they've lent stuff to Netflix and they want to do something like this, they got to wait until their agreements with Netflix are done, or I guess they could buy it out if they really want.
And I doubt every contract is the same. You have to negotiate that with every company that you're working with. So some might have like in perpetuity. Some might also have like, this, and others might even have an out written that if they are going to launch their own thing of whatever, they can pull out. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't work at Netflix, but
I am just very interested if this works.
Who's
like
next?
If we start seeing
Who
other
does it
companies do
inspire?
this, how it changes the online landscape. Because we already got so many fucking things to potentially buy. And if this actually works for DC fans, because that you're saying, Netflix has a huge fan base, a huge viewership base, like DC has that fan base, like they can pay money. They would be willing to pay money if they get everything. So if it works, maybe we'll see more of it. And then all the fan bases basically get split up to different services.
If they upload every comic they've ever done, we'll all have some.
They got like a bunch of cartoons. Too,
Yeah.
Cartoon movies.
Yeah,
It actually
well-
might be quite a bit of stuff if you think about it.
DC's got some fantastic animated movies.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Because God, what's the one?
Stuff the older Superman cartoons from like the late '90s are pretty great.
Tim Daly,
Yeah.
Superman cartoon.
I mean,
Batman,
shit.
of course.
Batman Beyond, like we all
Mask of the
love
Phantasm.
those. Yeah, but those movies are fantastic and those shows are great. So like, yeah, there'd be a lot of content there to watch if they have all
if
of
that's
that.
all there.
Ben, what's the one that I like so much with Manchester Black? And
Superman versus the Elite.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was real good.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Animation was a little weird,
Yeah.
but especially compared to the comic that they took the story from. But it's a really good story. Yeah, and it's going to run for $5 a month or $50 a year. So old Xbox Live.
That's dirt cheap. $5 a month.
For a streaming service, it's
Yeah,
pretty standard,
Like, and
I
we'll
think.
see how much content, like in comics, they have as well. But yeah,
Netflix is up to what, like $9 now or something?
a month,
I think it's 11.
It might be.
something like that.
See, the problem is like I don't
keep
remember
slipping a
because I'm like, what am I
dollar
gonna
in
do?
there.
I'm gonna be like, no more
Yeah,
Netflix.
They keep
They
making
could-
freezes.
and
yeah.
they know they can do that, and I just have to bend over
They
and
could
take.
jack it up pretty high. They could be like 20 more a month, and I'd be like, fuck, I guess so. Like, that's probably my cap.
How else
25,
will I
and I'd
chill?
be like,
And just for a quick little thing, if you guys want to talk about it, are any of you excited about the new Overwatch character?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't
Overwatch
played Overwatch.
character.
You didn't see
Rip.
this? Yo, real quick, broadcast. Can you pull up the thing Satori?
I think it's linked in the.
I mean,
Torian
I don't
can-
play Overwatch. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, there you go.
What is this? He's like a little guinea pig?
He's a hamster.
hamster.
His name is Hammond.
His name is Hammond.
Yep.
Hammond the
but,
hamster.
but the
Of,
character's name is Wrecking Ball because that thing. So it's got machine guns.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a ball. It has a shitload of mobility.
Hamster ball.
Yep. But then also it has a grappling hook that you can hook to a wall and literally just swing around and mow people down like it's a wrecking
That's
ball.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's ultimate drops mines, and it's fucking sick, and everyone's losing their mind over it because also like the hamster talks and you hear it like or whatever, and then the fucking mech translates for him, and this
Oh, I
like
didn't know that.
Oh yeah, so it's like and then it's like hello, you know, this like really
that's pretty
deep
dope.
voice.
What is that? There was an animated movie with
cool.
a hamster in a ball. that,
Bolt.
like Bolt. Yes.
Yep.
That was an alright.
Also
movie,
the
but
Hamtaro
I just
memes.
imagine that guy getting
Hamtaro?
Dude, the Hamtaro memes are going
Yeah,
fucking
that's it.
serious.
I was talking to people like when it came out. I was like, if there's not Hamtaro skins, like fucking burn their building.
Yeah, everybody's just waiting for them to release then a skin that's a translucent mech, so that he's in like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
translucent
yeah.
hamster ball.
That's cool.
Yeah, everyone. It's interesting. It's from the same lab that did the experiments and ended up with Winston. So like, yeah, I'm super stoked. Like I like Overwatch.
I mean-
I kind of fell off of it, but
Yeah, I
I
fell
come back
apart.
for like a new hero, and like I'm totally.
It's
down.
still cool. Like, yeah, I keep track of it, but like, I'm just props to Blizzard for like staying creative and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have just been like, oh, we could do another edgy guy with a gun, and like they're like, nah, we're gonna do a fucking hamster ball that wrecks shit and like completely different mechanics than
Yeah.
what they have.
I'm gonna be so upset if he doesn't have like a victory pose where he's like doing the Miley Cyrus like swinging
Wrecking ball?
on the
Oh,
wrecking
fuck
ball.
yeah.
Like they need
That'd be
it.
great, yeah.
Well, now here's a question for everybody in the chat.
That's
Who do
pretty
you
cool.
think Hammond the hamster could fight in a death battle?
Oh shit.
Hamtaro. If
No,
Hamtaro
the
gets all
fucking-
his like imagination shit,
The spider things from Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah. Or Diva. Just put him against Diva, who has the superior mech in Overwatch.
Okay,
Eh.
fine.
I like ham. I like the hams.
I mean, it's gotta be an
Hamtaro.
animal of some kind.
It's Hamtaro.
Whatever. We've got some fan art to get to. We kind of missed out on looking at this last week, so we've got two big pieces to look at this week. Let's go ahead and bring up the first one.
Let's use our eyes.
Yes.
Oh, whoa! I didn't
Wiz.
see
Pretty
this
cool.
at all.
It's from Kiefer Stone. Wiz making the ultimate life form for death battle. Mewtwo, Shadow Cell, Black War Greymon, and Stitch's experiment pod in hand. All
That's
smashed
awesome.
them together into one thing. This looks great. This is awesome. I saw this on Twitter
626
before.
is
I
that?
think I retweeted it. It was
I
really,
love
really
the
good.
bolt on your robo shoulder. That's great.
Yeah, the robot arm. Like we've seen a couple. We haven't revealed any kind of like official like design for Wiz and Boomstick like ever. So we've seen a lot of different interpretations of how they look from you guys' art, and this kind of stuff looks great.
Yeah, and we've
Like,
had
I love
like,
seeing it.
We've had 2 sets of like semi-official art made. But we-
Semi.
Yes. And that is
What, that semi was
and that is that we
those
spoke
people,
with them and gave
those
them
people made their fan art, sent it to us, and we were like, yeah,
That's
that looks
cool.
good.
Sweet.
We'll use that in thumbnails.
Well, with Destructor, he'd reached out, and then we said, like, hey, here's what we would imagine, because I really want to know. And then he did that. And then when Caleb did it, I had reached out to Caleb, because we were gonna do that rap battle that we did on cast.
Oh my God, that's
and I
right.
needed artwork for it, and so Caleb whipped up that, and it was really cool.
That was like the worst thing I've ever done. Don't watch that video.
What? It's not that bad.
Yeah, there's.
was
Props
fun.
to Austin.
It was fun. It was actually really fun. You should watch that video.
Yeah, Austin did a great job.
All right, there's one more we should look at from TARDIS Grump, and this is from last week's show.
This is just
This is great.
top notch.
It's
Santa Claus is.
I like how the
fucking dope.
pepperoni has a mustache, so you can
Yeah.
like tell it apart from the,
The sausage.
Yeah, it's pretty solid work.
That's just in their story.
Oh my God. Yeah, if you didn't see last week's episode,
You
this
should.
makes no sense to you whatsoever. You should go watch it.
I've seen so many suggestions for pepperoni versus sausage now, and I'm like, God
Good.
damn it, I knew it.
I feel like
knew
I
it was
just
gonna
like
happen.
I have these lobster claws and I set them to fight like some chickens or something. And I'm like, yes, yes. That's what it is.
What?
What?
You're gonna
Just
set
let
your
'em-
lobster claws to fight?
No,
chickens?
I just have lobster claws and I'm just like letting them fight. I'm just watching them.
What did
What would
what did
chickens
chickens
do
have to
here?
do with
That's
this?
like cockfighting.
Yeah, I just think he's
Are you?
doing some.
So you're fighting chickens. You're not fighting pepperoni and sausage.
I'm making
No.
the pepperoni and sausage fight each other like a cockfight.
Oh,
What?
Wow.
I heard.
we got there.
I totally heard something different. I heard that you were standing over chickens watching pepperoni and
I
sausage
heard he was
fight.
fighting chickens. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna brawl with some chickens, or like you
lobster
were up
claws.
to some Mike Vick shit. I didn't know.
Yeah. Anyway, Merry Christmas from Santa Claus.
All right, and we got some other fan art that we'll put up in the back, and we'll, kind of show off for a little bit
Strange Fate.
more.
Yeah.
But we also, I want to keep this up as we're getting into the community death battle. But it's time for the community death battle.
That was the worst transition you've ever done.
I wanted to let broadcast know I want
Time for
this
the-
to be up so that it can be shown off for a while.
Yeah. It was
Because like
just-
otherwise we would have gone into the community death battle, the thumbnail would show up, and then I'd be like, but wait, put out the art again. It'd be even more awkward.
It was
So,
like
we're
somebody
good.
who doesn't know how to drive standard, and they put it into first gear, and the car's like, and then
But we got
you're like,
there.
oh god.
All right. So the community death battle is All Might versus Might Guy. And we've talked about this a little bit in the office because I think it would make a good death battle, but I'm not really sure. So I was curious what you guys think. And we've got some answers from you guys using the hashtag DeathBattleCast on Twitter. And the first one's from Omega for Team All Might. Let's go ahead and bring that up. And he says, I will have to side with All Might here. There's evidence of All Might changing the weather because he punches so hard. He is also as fast as Tenya, who can run across these buoy lines in a pool without them reacting.
But yes, he can.
But, oh, is there another tweet? Is there another part to this? No?
No.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right.
Yeah. But let's get to Mike Guy. I was gonna say like a bunch of just shit talking. I'm gonna save it till after you talk about Mike Guy now.
Look, okay,
I
let's
was
bring
gonna
up
jump
Mike Guy
the
answer.
train.
This is from Todd. And Todd says, Guy definitely takes this. The dude can fend off attacks from tailed beasts and moves faster than the human eye can track in his base form. And with his eighth gate, he could beat Madara, whose six paths power let him sense and avoid light speed attacks.
Yeah. So that was my point. He could do this thing like there's these things called gates, and when you unlock them, it's kind of like going Super Saiyan. And he's
Yeah.
got Super Saiyan 8, and like this guy, I think he just shit all over All Might. Like,
Well-
he's a gangster.
Here's the problem with
straight
the
up.
gates.
They can kill him.
The
Yeah,
more
like-
the more you activate, the harder, the greater of a toll it takes on your body.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool because All Might technically has like the same problem.
Well,
Well,
later
no,
on
his
in
is
the
different.
story.
And that's what I wanted to ask you. Is this All Might pre or post injury?
Well, we would have to do this with Death Battle rules, which would mean All Might should be in his prime.
okay, great.
So this would be pre-injury,
Okay.
which I believe when he's fighting Nomu in the first season and he punches him through the wall, through the ceiling, and he flies out, he punches him with like 100 punches, and he says, oh, I could have, or 600 punches. And he says, oh, I could have done exactly that before in my prime with just 5.
Yeah.
So he was way stronger.
Right. And also, like,
previously.
the worse it's been getting for him, the quicker he loses his powers.
If it is 600, I can't remember if it's 600 or 6,000, but if it is 600, he would be 120 times stronger, basically. In his prime.
Okay.
So, quick math right there. Okay, so my guy, in his base form, is kind of your standard ninja. He doesn't have a lot of the like magic powers that Naruto characters have. He does a lot of what is it, genjutsu? I'm trying to remember the difference between them. It's been a little while since we did Naruto versus
he has like almost no ninjutsu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's mainly a hand-to-hand fighter, and every gate increases his powers. And the 8th gate, if he uses it, yes, he is incredibly powerful, but it does kill him. Like, he's dead, regardless. When he uses it in the show, the only reason why he survives for later is because Naruto heals him. And even then, I think he's in a wheelchair for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So, 8th gate fucks him up.
Yeah, but it's at its prime.
What can he do to 8th gate? Like, what is...
In 8th gate, he becomes incredibly fast. I don't know if he's necessarily faster than light, but he's definitely fast enough to blitz Madara, who can react to light speed attacks. So I guess that pretty much puts him there. He like bends reality around him a little bit. It's not
Okay,
like,
yeah,
it's not
all
like
right.
an attack,
My guy,
though.
it is. I'm sold.
Yeah.
It's not like an attack though. It's just kind of like that's what happens around him. So I think it's a little. I think it'd be kind of jumping the gun to use that as an argument for him to win.
I don't know. I think 8th gate is like it's like kind of Ultra Instinct style where like he gets pretty buck wild. Like I really don't think you can fuck with them. Like
But
My All Might. I'm gonna take the side of All Might.
okay.
this is the thing. I know nothing about. my
I
hero.
know almost everything about him because I'm past the anime. Like
Yeah.
I'm caught up on the manga. So the thing is, if we're like counting All Might in his prime, I'm just gonna like just compare him to like All Might not in his prime or whatever. When you bust out United States of Smash,
I don't know what this
the
is.
United,
all his,
the United
yeah.
States of Smash, weak. Imagine if he did that in his prime. He'd probably blow a hole in the earth.
What happened in the United States of
Yeah,
Smash?
United States of Smash, he like almost like leveled most of the city just to knock out this one guy. But he was probably like at like 25% power because he was losing like the last of the power.
Okay.
But we're talking about in his prime, and he's using one arm to do this move, and in his prime he has both his arms and all of his body. It's probably like the world Smash. the United States of Smash. So like it'll be hard. I don't know. To do
The Eurasia
scale-
Smash.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
the
like to
continents,
do the
yeah.
scaling thing of him being in his prime versus him injured, because everyone witnesses him now injured.
Yeah.
But if we do his prime, everything he does like in the manga or just in the show, we like have to like fucking throw that shit to the roof because he wouldn't be hurt.
Man, the interesting thing about All Might is Ben and I have talked about this a few times. Like every now and then we come across a character that is just like way too overpowered to fight many people, but then like not quite powerful enough to fight like insanity level people.
Well,
and, like,
yeah, they rest in between men and gods. Like, that's
Right.
where it
I think
is. Like
that's-
you have people like Superman, where it's like whatever, pretty much no one. There's a handful of characters where it might be a fun fight.
So I think
And then there's just super fucking strong people, like that. It's like, yeah, he's really. What are you gonna do? Like Spider-Man, crazy strong, but
Or better example, maybe Juggernaut.
Yeah,
where he's just like
Juggernaut.
super strong. Almost nobody can stand up to his strength. So it's kind of hard to find like a good matchup for him.
Yeah.
Because mostly the people who would be a good matchup, like the Hulk, would just crush him instantly.
Yeah.
So-
I think I'm not entirely sure. Like I would have to like go back, but like the person who hurt All Might has a similar power,
Right.
to where it's just an amalgamation of a bunch of powers or whatever, or has the ability to give or take away powers or something like that. I
All
would
Might
have to, like,
gives and all for
well,
one.
all for one
things.
is like a collection of powers or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think the person he fights is not necessarily the opposite of that, but it's some like parallel to that or whatever. So that was like some sort of variation of All Might's own power was the only thing that can fuck him up.
I just remember he's talking about changing the weather. It was like I think it
That
was
was
the
cool.
Detroit Punch, right, or something.
Detroit
like
Smash!
Detroit
or was
Smash.
it Delaware Smash?
that? I'm pretty sure it's Detroit.
That
think it
show
was
is so
Delaware.
cool.
All right, whatever.
Oh, no,
Throwing
I-
states out here.
It's
Dude,
a really good show.
He does a super fucking fun.
1,000,000% Detroit Smash.
The wind just
What
like
does that
whips
mean?
around. People are like almost blown away, and then like starts pouring rain. Like it's fucking.
All Might will probably
crazy.
punch himself out of any situation. Like my guy's doing fucking eight gates and shit,
the United
warp of
States-
reality.
I'm not gonna lie, the United States of Smash started to sell me. Just 'cause, like,
The kid was like Detroit 1,000,000% smash. What the fuck does that mean? Who cares? He fucked the guy's muscle fibers up. Like, what kind of shit is that?
I'll go All Might. He's got a great argument.
I like All Might more.
All
like All
Might
Might
it
more.
is. That's fine.
Oklahoma smash. Oh my god.
I like it, but
I
I'm
love
gonna
this character
say
so much.
I like All Might more. I'm gonna say Might Guy, just because I think he may die after 8th Gate, but I think 8th Gate's gonna be too ridiculous.
That doesn't matter to us at all, too. For a death battle, if you die immediately afterwards, we don't care.
You
If
technically
win,
won.
Yeah,
As long
technically
as you
won.
kill the other one first, you win.
Yeah.
Even though it's
You
kind
could-
of a bullshit
You could
way of
kill
winning.
a person and then die the next second. You still won. Like, you were the winner, even if you only live.
Well, we
lived
have to
one
do that for
second
characters
after.
that can resurrect and shit like that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of. We've
Like
never really
Kratos
had
will
that.
always climb out of Hades. you
Yeah, but that's
know?
like a separate battle that he has to go through.
Right,
Essentially.
right.
So like that's a whole separate. Like when Kratos dies and gets sent to
Well,
hell,
and that was-
like that
yeah.
battle is over.
We talked about
Spawn
that.
won. Now Kratos has to deal with a new battle.
We talked about that in Bowser Ganon, because it's like, if Bowser were to win, it would be like a 500-year gap, and then Ganon would come back. But like, so that would still be winning. Like, if you
Right.
get a person to that point,
Yep.
you've won. Even if they have a way to come back from hell or whatever,
It's
you
all
still
about
killed them.
the battle as it is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't
Not
mean,
whatever happens a million years from then.
right. Yeah. I don't mean instant resurrection.
Yeah.
I think my guy might be faster, but like once All Might United States smashes his ass, it's fucking over. Like,
Well, you don't think Might Guy could blitz him and take him out faster than All Might could react?
I feel like All Might has fought in speed like villains before.
Yeah.
He has, but nothing.
Guys
compared to
like,
Might Guy.
well, you don't even see
But
it.
if I can change the weather,
There's-
I
yeah.
don't need to see you.
It doesn't. I don't think it really matters, because like, you also like watch him in Naruto and just be like, everybody who watches him, who are all exceptional ninjas, are just
Sure.
like, we can't see shit. We got nothing. Like, where's going on? Like, everyone's blown away by it.
I think
so,
All Might's just gonna uppercut the air, and just everything around him is gonna go
Yeah.
with it, and Might Guy, like wherever he's at.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see what the community thinks.
Well, I don't know. Who are you voting for?
I
a really
said
cool
I'm
fight.
saying Might Guy, even though I like All
You're Might
better.
Guy. You're All Might.
I am Detroit
I'm switching All Might.
Smash.
Switching All Might.
United States of Smash up.
Delaware Smash.
I think I gotta go with Might Guy,
Oklahoma
but I
Smash.
feel like I feel like Might Guy's definitely got the speed advantage, but I really want to know, because like without really going into the analysis, which we don't for community death battles, because we're just kind of talking about it. Without really going into the analysis, I'm curious how their strength compares, and if All Might could take a hit
All
from
Might-
8th Gate,
All Might's
and then
so
just like
strong.
fucking smash his head off.
Yeah.
He's like using
Yeah, but
states
I mean,
to represent power.
Yeah,
He's a Japanese
exactly.
man.
Like, I don't know if Might Guy's technically capable of reaching that same amount of like
He learned English, so he can
Eight-
tell you how
like,
powerful.
broad
he is.
He's
destructive
always
force.
smiling.
8th Gate
Yeah.
Might
Yeah.
Guy is like one of the strongest people in that show, if not. Like,
Oh,
he's in
absolutely.
the top 5.
Absolutely. But yes, they would be smiling the entire fight,
Yeah.
just having a grand old time, complimenting each other the whole time. It'd be a fun fight to watch, I think. So we got a tie here. Let's go ahead and see what your votes have said who wins.
Who wins?
Oh, shit.
Close, yeah, pretty close.
Wow.
Good, I'm
That's
happy.
really
think-
close.
Look at that
I'm
fucking
happy.
picture. That man. Oh my.
I know, like, look at the difference. You got All Might, and he looks like he's just ready to beat some ass.
I
then you got
love-
Might Guy just like,
I love.
In just these pictures.
I really like the Beatles.
I love
Yeah.
watching the anime so much, because when I finally get to like panels that are like fully covered and they're like directed and posed, and I'm like, man, I thought it was awesome in black and white. This is
Yeah.
even more awesome.
Wow. Well, that was a really close vote. Thank you to everybody who voted on that.
should do that.
52 to 48%. I feel like maybe we should do this as a death
Do
battle.
that.
Maybe.
Legit.
Let us know, actually, using the hashtag DeathBattleCast, if you think this should be a real death battle or not.
On one hand,
Savin's
I
gonna want a voice.
would love to watch all of My Hero
It's
on
incredible.
the clock.
And,
So I'm down to do the
and
fight.
read it. It's really good.
But some more of that Naruto. Whew.
You've already done it at this
There's a
point.
lot.
Oh, could I not again, please?
Yeah. My guy's
Great
cool.
show,
my
but-
guy, my
And
guy's
now
cool, but the
Boruto's
show is
gotten
pretty.
long too.
Oh
so, like,
no,
there's all that.
he's not really a part of Boruto, is he? I know like nothing about Boruto.
I don't either.
I'm pretty sure he's in a wheelchair the whole. I actually don't remember. Like I said, it's been a little while since we did Naruto vs. Ichigo.
Yeah, it's
but
been
we'd have to
a
go back
long
and look
time.
at that. We're constantly shifting through all sorts of characters.
Yeah,
all the
that
time.
was-
So we
that
gotta
was
like
nit.
make room for other calculations.
Especially when you have Naruto in your head. You got to get rid of some of that shit. 'Cause that's a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Like Ryu versus Jin coming out pretty soon. Like it's just 2 fighting game characters, but there's a lot to them. Like it's a very detailed fight. There are a
Oh,
lot of
God, yeah.
little things that we really dug into for that one, especially
Yep.
scaling to other characters. So it'll be exciting to see.
Oklahoma Smash.
Yep. Okay.
Damn.
Anyway, we got a new community death battle
I like it.
to prepare for next week, and let's go ahead and bring that up on the screen because this it's a little bit different. We've got a death race.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
nice.
I'm looking up All Might's abilities right now.
The Mach 5
Yep.
versus Kit from Knight
Yeah.
Rider versus the Batmobile.
Can I just
Wait a
say I
minute,
want
one
to
of
say
these
Kit
things-
out of principle? Like, I just want him to win. I don't think he will, but
I was about to
want
say,
him.
one of these
for Kit to
things
win, but I
are
don't know.
not like the other.
I think the Mach 5
The Mach 5 wins.
is almost
Like
certainly
free.
the fastest.
Hang on. Yeah, because I want us to establish the rules here because I'm not really sure what the rules are going to be. Because the Mach 5 is certainly faster than everything else.
Yeah.
The Kit is probably tougher than all of them
I'm
combined.
kind of picturing
The Batmobile.
Then the Batmobile?
Yeah, it's a
Is
fucking
better
tank.
equipped.
The Batmobile just has all sorts of gadgets and stuff. So they all have different specialties.
Keep
I
in
have an idea.
mind.
What
like-
if these 3 cars were in twisted metal?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the race, right?
It's,
No, Twisted Metal is not a race.
No, this is
battle.
like,
Oh, they're
Yes,
fighting
battle.
each other.
yeah.
But that's my thing is like I want to say the Mach 5 doesn't have stuff, but then again, I'm pretty sure
Mach
I've
5's
seen
got
it.
weapons.
It was
Well,
Detroit
No,
Smash.
I mean like isn't
Yeah.
very tough, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it spin off walls at like 300 miles per
Yeah,
hour.
and it
which
has
makes
like
it
the
tough as
controller
shit.
saw blade. It like has little hands.
Yeah,
all,
so-
all
come
of these
from the
cars
side?
are capable fighting machines.
Yeah.
They're tough. They're, the Mach 5 is like a bulletproof
Yeah.
and stuff.
You literally
Love
like
that.
use joysticks
yeah.
to fight in the
I'm
Mach
nearly
5.
certain the Mach 5. If you were going, like, you ramp somebody. If you hit them, that car, like, because that thing
If it just
like
ran
a
it-
fucking
yeah.
snowplow at the front. Like, it's just gonna flip.
I think the Mach 5 win is free.
We'll see.
I
but
think the Mach 5
No,
win is
well, I also think the Mach 5 has one giant flaw, whereas, like, if Batman's driving it, like, do they have drivers?
Oh, shit, you're right.
Because if Batman's
Yes.
driving it, he is gonna pop out that bitch and headshot, right? Like, because he's got nothing on the top. Why are you making a dangerous fucking race car?
No, the Mach,
with
no,
a
the Mach
car
5 has
that's-
the clear thing that goes over.
yeah.
I thought we were talking about this one. Look
Yeah,
at it.
it does.
Yeah, the shield, the
goes
half
up,
window
window
goes
goes
up.
The wheel has all
Yeah,
the
I
I
forgot
haven't
about
seen
that.
any speed racer in years.
Like,
Plus,
I'm,
okay.
Speed has a helmet.
Real quick.
I'm just going off the
Yeah,
most
but-
recent one, which is the movie. And he has
That-
all the cool
This
gadgets.
is an all right like,
yeah, yeah.
interpretation of what the Mach 5 is capable
Okay.
of doing. So the only thing I think we really have to establish is the Batmobile. Do we go with composite Batmobile or any specific Batmobile?
I thought it was this one.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Do you want to go with this one? That's the animated.
That's the one you put
Or
on.
no, that's the movie one. From the Tim Burton movie one. Do we want to go with that one? Because if
What's
we go
the
with
most
like a very
recent one?
specific one, I feel
Because
like
I
it's gonna
counted the
be-
most recent Mach 5. What's the most recent Batmobile?
That would be the one from the Batman v Superman,
Okay.
which doesn't do much. Like it runs over some people.
What about
It has that grappling hook thing.
Maybe we should say the Christopher Nolan one, or maybe the one from the Arkham games. That one's pretty well equipped and badass. And it's pretty much like a version of the Christopher Nolan ones.
I mean, I feel like if we limit it to just a couple movies, Mach 5 and Kit have like whole TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
draw
okay.
from.
Well, then just an amalgamation of the more modern
Yeah.
ones.
I think that's. I think that'd be
we
we
alright.
don't
think,
need to
like I
go
said-
back. None of that Adam West shit, because it's probably got like a I win button in it or something.
It might.
I think the Mach 5.
Yeah, it has that kind of shit.
Like the one in the movie takes a lot of everything from the anime and even adds to it. I think that's a good version.
That could be cool.
of that.
Also, hey, Sam,
I'm thinking composite for Kit and Mach 5 because
Kit
they
has
don't
that-
have that many different versions. But the Batmobile does. So
Sure.
for the Batmobile, let's go with a composite of all of them, except like with maybe a focus with the movies and the
Sure.
comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
also, Sam brought up Adam West. I just want to throw this out there. I don't know if you guys read that Reddit thread over the weekend. I think it was yesterday. So
About
over the
them
week,
getting
not the
kicked
weekend.
out of an orgy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Adam West and the guy who played the Riddler, I guess, got kicked out of an orgy that they went to because both of them predetermined that they would stay in character the whole time as Batman and the Riddler.
Oh man, I would have allowed that.
All right, actually, real quick,
Yeah.
Bustero in the chat brings up a good point. Since Mach 5 and Kit are TV shows, let's just stick to TV shows for the Batmobile as well.
Okay.
Oh,
It's just all,
Good
all
idea.
TV shows.
wait.
That
we
does
can't-
include Adam West, though.
We can't do the Mach 5 in the movie?
The movie does everything that the TV show Mach 5 does.
Oh, okay.
So it's fine.
I thought they gave it like extra stuff.
No.
The joystick thing isn't a thing in the TV show.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Let's just y'all figure it out.
TV show.
Got faith.
There we go.
Use
Got
the
it.
TV shows. If you want to use the movies, I think that's probably fine because there's movies for all of them too. I mean,
Use the
there's
TV
movies for
show.
all
Well,
of them.
no, because in
But
the,
if you
in the
wanna
TV
use
show,
the-
the Mach 5 doesn't grow virtual arms
point-
and literally fight the other one with a shield and sword. That's what happens in the movie.
The point is, all of them have movies and TV shows, and those are very easy to just categorize any kind of like video thing that can be on your screen. Bam.
Okay.
Movies, TV shows. That's our sources. So let's just go with that and make it simple. Twisted Metal kind of arena thing.
Yep.
All right.
Twisted Metal Arena.
There we go. That's what we're doing.
Battlecast.
Yeah, use the hashtag DeathBattleCast to let us know who you think wins. We will have a live poll on next week's show that you can tune in to on Friday at 4 p.m. to vote for who you think wins the Death Race. It's not really race anymore. Death Drive.
That's not better.
That wasn't better at all.
All right, thank you guys for joining us. Hope you are excited about Ree versus Jin dropping next week. And if you want to see something right now,
Death Rally.
there you go. Good. Yeah, the Death Rally, but not right now. That's for next week. If you want to see something right now, we have a new top 10 Jurassic Park moments with Boomstick.
Yes.
You did that one.
Yeah.
Yay.
And then a Desk of Death battle about Donald Duck having PTSD.
Which our wonderful intern Genevieve wrote.
Yep.
It's very funny. Go watch it.
All right, thanks for joining us, guys.
Bye.